what is going on YouTube? It is your boy Tropical NHL back at it again for a brand new YouTube video. Today we're back here to talk about the Montreal Canadiens, and today we're here for a Habs prospect update. We're going to be talking about a couple of prospects of the Montreal Canadiens. We're going to talk about Bacher, we're going to talk about Beck, we're going to talk about David Bacher. It's been a while since we did a prospect update like that. I'm going to be starting to post a lot more during this month. So if you want to be updated with everything that's going on with the Montreal Canadiens, the best team in hockey, I strongly suggest you to subscribe and turn on post notifications. We're trying to get to 5K subscribers before the end of the year. So if you could help me out with that, that would be absolutely amazing. Also, I recently just started a second channel playing NHL24. So if you are a fan of the series, a fan of NHL24, I'm going to be posting multiple videos on that channel every week of me playing franchise mode, be a pro, and hockey ultimate team. So I already posted a couple of videos here and there. I'm getting really close to 200 subscribers. So if you could help me get to 200 or maybe even more, that would be absolutely awesome. So if you're a fan of NHL24, the EA Sports series, I'll leave the link of that channel in the description down below. So if you want to go subscribe, that would also be amazing. So yeah, let's get back to the main subject of this video, Habs prospects. So after starting his season in Laval with the Rocket, Philippe Bacher got sent down to the Kitchener Rangers in the OHL a couple of weeks ago. The first round pick, 26th overall in 2022 by the Montreal Canadiens, has been having an insane start to his season in the OHL. After being a bit disappointing last year, getting 51 points in 52 games, which is really good. We kind of expected him to get a lot more points than that. He started his season really amazingly with the Kitcheners so far with 12 points in 6 games. He's the only player right now in the OHL averaging 2 points per game. I mean, it's pretty amazing to see Philippe Bacher producing that much at the OHL level. So he's progressing, he's getting better, and that's what's important in rebuilding, developing players. You want to see progress. And with Philippe Bacher last year, like I said, we were disappointed. We expected him to come into the OHL, absolutely roll through the league. After his performances at training camp, he was probably more of an impressive than Slafkovsky at last year's training camp. So when we got the information that he was going to be sent down to the OHL, we expected him to get like 2 points per game around that pace, but he did not do so. He was really close to a point per game though, which is really good for a guy that came into his first year playing in North America in the OHL. He was playing in the Slovakian professional league prior to that. So yes, now that he's getting more points, he's getting more assists. We drafted him to be more of an assist guy. He's been feeding the puck really well so far this season, and it's been really good for the Rangers. Hope he can keep on that pace, keep on getting better, keep on getting more comfortable for him to make the professional jump next year. He's going to get some ice time as well at the World Juniors in December. So yeah, it's just some great experience for Philippe Bacher into his development, and I hope he continues on that pace. And if he does, he's gonna come into the next season, next training camp, into his first professional year with a lot of confidence, and that's really important for him. Another really important prospect for the Montreal Canadiens is center Owen Beck, another player that they drafted in the 2022 NHL entry draft, 33rd overall. Last year he was really impressive. He was way above a point per game, great defensively. He played great in the playoffs as well for the Peterborough Petes. And so far this year we haven't talked about him much. He only has 9 points in the first 11 games, but what's impressive about this is that he got 7 goals. He has 7 goals in only 11 games. Last year with the Peterborough Petes, he got the same amount of goals in 30 games. So when assist will come, if he can continue on scoring to that pace, he's gonna get into a higher point position, way above a point per game. So I'm not worried about Owen Beck. Owen Beck is not an offensive guy. He's more of a two-way centerman, future third-line center for the Montreal Canadiens, in my opinion. He's going to be great. He's performing well, scoring goals. He's the type of guy that can remind me of a Philippe Danault. If you have a guy like Philippe Danault in the third line, like the Kings are doing right now, you're into a really good position. I mean, the Kings are probably one of my favorites to win the Stanley Cup this season. So yes, if the Montreal Canadiens can develop Owen Beck into becoming that type of third line center for the future, and having a 3-punch of Suzuki, Doc, or Doc Suzuki and Owen Beck, That would be absolutely amazing for the future of this organization. I mean, like I said, this guy reminds me a lot of a Ryan O'Reilly. They got drafted around the same area. They're around the same size. They both played in the OHL. So yes, the best comparison for me for a guy like Owen Beck would be like kind of a light version of a Ryan O'Reilly. And maybe you never know in his prime, he could be as impactful of a Ryan O'Reilly. Owen Beck, the sky's the limit for him. He has unlimited potential. He's confident, great work ethic. He does everything right on and off the ice. So yeah, I'm not worried at all about Owen Beck. He's going to have a great season. He's going to come next year into his first professional year. And I think that he might battle for a spot in the Canadiens lineup as soon as next season if he continues to progress at that pace. He's one of the prospects for the Canadiens that is closer to becoming NHL ready if he's not already. So yeah, it's definitely some great news coming for Owen Beck back in the OHL. This is a bit more disappointing. I mean, we drafted Ryan Bacher. We knew he was not the best player available. I mean, it's kind of obvious that he was not best player available. We all wanted practically the Habs to draft Matvei Michkov, even Zach Benson, even Ryan Leonard. We wanted that player that has that offensive superstar potential. They did not select any of those guys. Not David Reinbacher's fault. He still has a lot of potential being a right shot defenseman, big, fast, really agile, mobile, and all of that. He skates really well. Saw him play in real life at the end of the month of September in Montreal in the games between the Canadiens and the Maple Leafs, and he was really impressive the way he skated. I was really, really impressed. I did not expect him to be that great of a skater. He's out there with Mike Matheson. Those two guys were the most impressive on the ice that night in the skating way. So yes, Reinbacher has a lot of potential. He does not have that top pairing superstar potential, but he will be really solid for the Canadiens. He's going to be a huge part of our future. And with guys like Lane Hudson, which we're going to talk later in this video, it's going to be pretty dangerous with the Goulets, with the Mayu, with the Jackeyes, the Harris, and all of those guys. The Habs are kind of locked on defensive prospects, which was, again, surprising that they decided to take a defenseman with all the defensive prospects that they already had in a really, really stacked offensive draft. But still, we need to be happy with him. He's going to be really good. Not best player available. There are going to be players that got drafted behind him that are going to be better. We kind of knew that already on draft night. But he got a pretty disappointing start to his season. Not entirely his fault. He got injured. He missed 3 weeks. He just got back so far. In the Swiss A League with Cloton HC in 5 games played, he has 1 goal, and it's an empty net goal, no assist for 1 point, 2 penalty minutes, and he is a 0 in plus minus. So not really impactful so far in the start of this season back in Switzerland, but still he got injured. I'm going to give him the benefits of the doubt, but he will definitely need to accelerate the pace a little bit. Because if in 5 or 6 games he still has 1 or 2 points, people are going to be starting to talk about it, and that's not what we want. That's definitely not what we want. But like I said, with Owen Beck, I'm not too worried. I feel like he's going to start producing. Even though he's not that superstar that we needed, he's going to be a really solid player for the Montreal Canadiens. Talking about superstars, David Reinbacher might not be that guy, but a guy that we drafted 62nd overall in the 2nd round in the 2022 NHL draft might be the best player from that draft. And it's been said by a couple of insiders, a couple of draft scouts here and there throughout the hockey community, the NHL and all of that. Lane Hudson might become, and if he's not already, the best player drafted in the 2022 NHL draft. And the Canadiens drafted him at the end of the 2nd round, which makes it really, really impressive. Last year, he broke records of Kel McCarr, Adam Fox, and all of those guys. Brian Leach in the NCAA being a freshman, getting 48 points in 29 games only. He was in the top 10 finalist for the O.B. Bacher Award. Still don't know how he was not a top 3 finalist, but he's definitely going to be in the conversation to win it all this season. So far in 7 games, he has 6 goals, 3 assists for 9 points. He scored a hat trick the other night. He was really, really impressive. And this guy is going to be the main offensive threat, that offensive superstar for the Montreal Canadiens in the defensive core. This guy is going to run the power play. He's going to be that quarterback. He's going to be that almost a point per game defenseman. And I can tell you that he's going to be around the same level as a Quinn Hughes, as a Kel McCarr, as a Adam Fox. Not saying he's going to be those guys, but he's going to be having a similar impact for the Montreal Canadiens. Yeah, but Tropical, he's a midget. He's really, really small. He's around the same size as Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes is one of the best point producers so far this season in the National Hockey League. This is the type of impact that Lane Hutson will have in the NHL. And all the teams that win Stanley Cup have a guy that is similar to Lane Hutson. So yes, he is an important piece to this future. He's going to get a lot of points playing on that top defensive pair. Maybe with a guy like David Bacher, for example, they would complement each other really, really well. So yes, Lane Hutson definitely is the best prospect the Montreal Canadiens had in a while. Him and Cole Caulfield are definitely up there. And the problem of the power play is going to be all solved once Lane Hutson makes the jump to the NHL. And personally, I think that he's going to get 1 or 2 games at the end of the season. I think he's going to sign his ELC at the end of his NCAA season, play a couple of games in Laval, maybe make the jump into a couple of games in the NHL. But definitely, he is going to be making the jump to the NHL sooner than later, because this guy is NHL ready. This guy is going to be producing no matter where he is, no matter in what situation. This guy is made for this, and he's going to be a massive point producer in the NHL. So yeah, let me know what you guys all think about this in the comments below. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, try to do anything as you want. I'm going to be posting a lot more throughout the next couple of weeks. This video with Tropical NHL. Have a nice rest of your day, and bye-bye.